What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive, bringing you guys a Harry Potter Wizards Unite video today. Today we're going to be talking about a very interesting topic revolving around shinies, or what we're going to call brilliance in this game. And you may be really confused right now, but for all my Pokemon fans out there, you definitely know what a shiny Pokemon is, right? A shiny Pokemon is an alternate colored Pokemon that is very rare to find and has become a huge hit in Pokemon Go. It's something that I've done for a really long time on YouTube and Twitch, where I've hunted down these various shiny Pokemon, and they generally just have a different color palette and sparkle when you find them. An example of this is, instead of Charizard being orange or red, it is a black Charizard. So very, very cool thing in Pokemon Go. But how does this apply to Harry Potter Wizards Unite? So for those who don't know, just to kind of set the backstory here, when you play through Pokemon Go right now, there's a few things you can do, raids and things like that, but I think the core thing that keeps people playing Pokemon Go, at least a lot of people, is finding those shiny Pokemon, those rare shiny Pokemon. So the question that we ask is, will Harry Potter Wizards Unite have something similar? And the answer is maybe. I want to talk to you guys about something called Brilliant and Brilliant events. Now, this is something in Harry Potter that was done in the beta test in Australia. I reached out on Twitter, talked to a few different people who played the beta in Australia and New Zealand before it was released to the US and globally, and I found some pretty interesting information that we're going to talk about in this video. Now, when you go and open up your registry right now, you can see that you've got various things. I'm actually going to get this artifact kind of ranked up here, but you can see there's various things. There's the challenges, then you've got mysteries, and then you've got events. And events recently just unlocked, so now we can actually look at our events, and this is the first event that was actually done as a beta test in Australia. So before I go any further though, guys, if you enjoy Harry Potter Wizards Unite, be sure to hit that like button down below and subscribe if you guys are new. I'm curious as to your thoughts as to what you think about this video and the thoughts about Brilliant Foundables, essentially. So the first event that was beta tested in Australia and New Zealand was the Brilliant event, Fantastic Flora and Fauna. And basically the premise of this was Hagrid needed your help finding some brilliant flora and fauna, which were various magical creatures throughout the Forbidden Forest that had kind of a different kind of look to them. They were brilliant buckbeak, and brilliant unicorn, and brilliant salamander. And I'll show you guys some images of those shortly, but this was the event, and you were able to actually go out into the world and you could find these brilliant spawns replacing regular spawns, and it was kind of like, almost like a shiny in a way. So this event took place over the course of a week, so there was a week for players to play the game, open up the game, get these various brilliant forms, and ultimately kind of capture them for their pages. But it's definitely a pretty interesting thing to note. So, like I said, the event went on for a week. There was a couple other things too I wanted to mention about the Brilliant event, because a lot of people have been asking me this too before I kind of go into a little bit more depth about Brilliance, is when you go to your profession here, what you'll notice is there's actually a green book in the top corner. You see I have 21 red books, 40 scrolls, and then the green book. Those green books are restricted books that you're only going to get through events. So once this event drops, the Brilliant event, which we can assume is actually going to be coming relatively soon, I do feel like there's going to be some events happening in Harry Potter Wizards Unite with relative frequency. Once this event drops, then you'll be able to get those restricted books. So for those of you who are mad zoologists or professors, they tend to use the restricted books a little bit more. So just hang in there. You will be able to get access to those as soon as this first event drops. But there's a few questions I have about this, and I'm going to actually show you guys some screenshots here really quickly. So this is actually how the Brilliant event filled out. This is how it actually all worked out. So the unicorn and buckbeak were actually found in the wild. You were able to actually find them as brilliant spawns, just kind of going out in the wild. You could just find them. They were just regular spawns replaced, but they had a beam of light above them. I'll actually show you that too real quick, kind of what it looked like in the wild. And you can see this is all the brilliant spawns. Those are all unicorns and buckbeaks, essentially. The big purple beam of light. And this is in the beta, so things have since changed then from this beta, but that's just a general idea of kind of how it was. And it kind of almost reminds me of like Community Day in Pokemon Go, where they take a certain spawn of a Pokemon and increase the spawn frequency of that Pokemon, and also increase its rarity by giving it a shiny form. So these brilliant forms could be kind of the key to unlocking that port key of, or portmanteau rather, of what is going to be happening in Harry Potter Wizards Unite. And I honestly think it's a massive kind of necessity for this game to have some type of shiny or brilliant, not just during events, but otherwise, to give players a reason to keep grinding. So if anyone at Niantic or Warner Bros. Is listening, please hear me out on this one. This is what I think is going to be the biggest home run for this game, is not only these events for Brilliance, but have Brilliance released throughout just regular gameplay, not during events. Even if it's just one every few weeks, just give players something special to hunt down. You know, maybe give us like a brilliant golden snitch, something that if you have that 1 in 500 chance or 1 in whatever chance to find this thing, you find it, that just gives you something super duper rare. It would be really, really cool if they made like extra brilliant pages. So not only just brilliant pages for events, but brilliant pages outside of events. So that way these things are very, very rare. I'm telling you, the participation trophies are great, but give us something really rare. So anyway, you've got Buckbeak, you've got the Unicorn in the Wild. Then there was a quest. The Brilliant Scorched Tree Stump was actually found through quests, so you can do that through quests. Then there was Fortresses Only, which is actually the Brilliant Young Acromantula. The only way to get that was through the Fortresses. There was another quest, which was the Brilliant Salamander, and then you can actually only get the Brilliant Snargaluff through port keys. So a lot of interesting things there, man. But this is huge. Like, this is absolutely one of the biggest features in this game that I think is going to be massive for players to want to keep playing, because obviously, like, right now the game is fresh, everyone's playing it, super duper fun. There's plenty of things to do. I'm clicking on every single foundable I find because it's exciting to click on stuff. You never know, I'm trying to rank up my level and all stuff, but there will get to a point when players hit a wall and they're gonna say, all right, what is my reason to continue to play? And this is a big one here, and I think having brilliance is a genius idea. When you look at exploration, just going through some of the pages here, like, think about finding like brilliant Hagrid. I mean, it makes more sense for the magical creatures, right? Like, the brilliants make more sense for the magical creatures than anything else, but there's a lot of magical creatures. Like, so why not just take advantage of that and release these? Don't just release them in events. Have another page, not just the Brilliant Forbidden Forest, but give us another page for brilliants that get released once every few weeks, and they're super duper rare. Give the players something like that, because as someone who's a hardcore Pokemon Go player, or was a hardcore Pokemon Go player, that is the one thing that keeps me playing that game, is shinies. So if there's something similar in this game, I think that's going to be massive, absolutely massive. And like, figure out a way for us to display that to people too. That's the other thing. If I'm talking about things that this game are missing, this video is mostly supposed to be about shinies and brilliance, but when I think about it, there should totally be ways to show your buddy. You know what I mean? Like, right now, there's no way to show your buddy. There's no way to, like, have any sort of buddy or friend with you. But think about the possibilities, man. In Pokemon Go, and again, they added it down the road, but you can have, you know, your favorite Gibble as your buddy. What if you could have a Niffler, a baby Niffler as your buddy, and over time that baby Niffler becomes a full-grown Niffler, and maybe every 5 kilometers you walk, that Niffler finds 1 gold coin for you? Or what if you had, you know, an owl as your buddy, and that owl will pick up, you know, scrolls for you, or it picks up ingredients once in a while if you have a toad. Like, there's so many opportunities for what they can do, and I feel like if they can tie that in to this brilliant type of event where they have a bunch of different creatures that are brilliant, or maybe characters that are brilliant, or items or oddities or whatever that can be brilliant as well, as a way for players to not only obtain those brilliants, but have a way to display them and share them to the world, whether it's through our ministry ID or whatever it is. That is what this game needs. In my opinion, that is a massive, massive piece to what I think this game needs. So, anyway, a few more details about this brilliant event. I'll again have all these sources in the description, but basically the event was a limited time event. You were able to find the brilliant foundables in the game. They had special assignments that the ministry required. You can get these brilliant rune stones that you can use at fortress locations to get the brilliant young Acromantula. And the event went from May 31st until I think it was April 6th or something. It was only about a week long, and again, it was during kind of the beta time of the game. And there was a handful of different assignments. It was things like collect from inns and you get some restricted books, and, you know, unlock some portmanteaus, and you get some extra points there, and return a brilliant unicorn, you get extra points. You get 5 Magizoology foundables, you get some more points. So there was a handful of different things there that kind of gave you ways to, I don't know, find these different brilliants, and then ultimately kind of get them in your game and complete the task, and ultimately find those restricted books, which is what we're all kind of the full circle here. But again, man, I'm really excited about this. I think that, like, I really wanted to make this video for one, you guys, to let you know that this event is going to be coming out. I'm assuming they're going to run it again, especially now that the events tab actually shows it, because previously the events tab actually said coming soon, and now we can actually see the Brilliant Forbidden Forest. So for those who are wondering about what this is, that's what's going down for the first event, I would assume. But please, if anyone from Warner or Niantic or you guys, do me a favor, share this. Please tell people this is one of the things that I personally believe deep down inside that this game needs to really, really, really hit a home run. It's got to have some way to have a buddy. I think that's so important. I understand it may break away from the lore a little bit, but there's got to be some way to have a buddy, man. And you got to have a way to make it so brilliance, this idea of brilliance, great idea. It's a great idea. But it's got to be more than just a week event where you get these few brilliants, you fill out a page, and that's it. There needs to be a way that you can find brilliants outside of events and make them rare. give us something rare to find. That is what we need, man. 100%. I have no doubts about it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I've been having so much fun playing this game. I'm sitting at what, level 17, almost 18 right now. You can tell I've been having a good time, but it'd be so cool if like my ministry ID could be my brilliant. Like that would be so cool. Instead of me, it could be, you know, that, or maybe me and my buddy, like they can do things like that. I think the potential is definitely there. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later, Wizards. Peace.